No, I think he can be happy with second in his first year. If he got the win in his first year, I'd be pretty pissed off with him.
Welcome back to another episode of Long Views by Misspent Summers, the audio zine that brings you unique insight into the world of mountain bike racing. My name is Archie Bromfield, and in this week's audio zine we take a look back at what was a momentous weekend in Mont-Sainte-Anne for the last Downhill World Cup of 2023. Mont-Sainte-Anne is a track that never disappoints, and that says a lot, as this particular location has been hosting World Cup since 1991. Sven Martin, Misspent Summers photographer and king of World Cup trivia, was trackside and caught up with a few people after the race, including chats with Jackson Goldstone, Loic Bruni, Hoffmann, and many more. Stay tuned for those coming right up. Before we get underway with the interviews, here is a run through the top 5 final results from the 2023 Mont-Sainte-Anne Downhill World Cup. In the men, it was Jackson Goldstone, Ethan Craik, Loic Bruni, Bernard Kerr, and Gert Vergier. In the women, it was Vali Hall, Nina Hoffmann, Veronica Widman, Monica Rasnick, Hattie Harnden. In the junior men, it was Nathan Pontvian, Milan Falke, Kimi Viado, Luca Thurlow, and Don Platt. For the junior women, it was Valentina Roa Sanchez, Sasha Ernest, Lisa Bellardo, Amy Kenyon, and Emma Eiton. With Mont-Sainte-Anne marking the end of the 2023 Downhill World Cup season, it also meant that the winners of the overall titles are awarded with the coveted UCI Mountain Bike World Series trophy. Here is a rundown of the top 3 overall results for the 2023 downhill season. In the elite men, it was Loic Bruni, Jackson Goldstone, and Loris Vergier. In the elite women, it was Vali Hall, Nina Hoffmann, Maureen Cabarrou. In junior men, it was Rowan Pinkerton, Nathan Pontvian, Bodie Kuhn. And in junior women, it was Valentina Roa Sanchez, Lisa Bellardo, and Aris van Leuven. To get things started, Jackson Goldstone joined Sven for a chat, having just become the only elite male to win 2 races in 2023. Not to mention he beat the rest of the field by 4 seconds.
Hit me, Sven.
All right, Jackson.
Hit me with everything I want, baby.
So, Jackson, I'll set the scene here for this interview. Jackson's... Did you do your piss test, Jackson?
I've done my piss test.
I
think I got the fastest piss test done as well.
I
was in and out in about 10 minutes. Got like 120 mils over the amount. It was great.
You think you'll pass?
You are too right.
I definitely didn't take any drugs, so I should pass.
Have you noticed that they always test 2 riders plus pivot? Pivot is always the random.
Yeah, it seems odd that it's actually not a random test and it's just those boys, but
Jackson,
whatever.
You've got a massive crowd, so we're going to have to multitask. You're signing Crocs now. It's a new high or low.
I can hear you from down here. I was just signing a shoe. So.
Jackson,
yeah,
do the selfie, dude. Do the selfie. As far as win margins go, you've just kind of done one of those runs that people are going to talk about. It might not seem like much to you, but that was a 4-second win margin. I'm in the background of all these selfies.
Yeah, hey,
seriously, you reaching Sam Hill, Aaron Nguyen status here, and that's not quite Chris Cavara because he did 12.
Yeah, he's a bit ahead of everybody.
So there was something special about that run. Why don't you talk? And your eyes were massive when they came across the line. So what happened out there?
I honestly want to say that everything linked in that run. You
knew
home crowd, a track that is my favorite of the year, winning in semi, bike feeling amazing, new stuff on the bike that is prototype feeling amazing. Like, just every small thing added up for that run for me.
But how do you still have the confidence when the weather goes on its head?
Well, I don't know what year it was, but Laurie was telling me that Nguyen won here.
Dude, that was when it was wet. Day.
Yeah, well,
how old were you?
I was probably 10. I don't know.
Okay.
He's an old fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I don't
expect. He's gonna come back next year and smoke you. Wait till
yeah. So, I basically just went with that same mentality that Aaron said he did, and ride it like it's dry.
You didn't let it affect you, yeah.
And I didn't let it affect me. It was sketchy out the first corner. That first kind of fading left, it was gnarly.
Yeah.
I was sliding all over the place.
Rocks right at the Stargate this time.
But there was something special that I was able to do where I was able to conserve energy but still ride as fast as possible. I don't know how I did it. I honestly wish I could explain it to you, but I was like past the Stevie Smith drop and I'm like barely breathing and my hands are fine. So I was able to attack the rocks and attack pedals down bottom as well.
Let's talk about the rocks because all the guys that were up, There's a couple of guys that threw it away on that, like as you're leaving the rocks, that left greasy, mossy rock.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know the one, right?
Yeah.
Did you worry about that?
Well, obviously, since I dropped last, I didn't actually get to see what everything happened, and since then I've been to doping, and now I've been signing
Did
photos.
anyone tell you watch out for that rock?
No one told me anything, and I just rode the race like I did in semis, but I think I was about 5 seconds quicker. So, that was good fun. But I honestly wish I could tell you more about my run. It was so in the zone. It was one of those runs that you're so focused that you don't actually remember what happened, but it was perfect.
What's going to take to make you do this more often so that the overall is not as close as it ended up being?
Well, I mean, as unlucky as I've been, I'm still second. You cannot complain at that.
Especially
on your first year,
especially when it's Loic is in one, right?
and Loic, he's the king of mountain biking right now. He never shows any weaknesses. He's always there.
Yeah.
And I think
and he didn't get the rainbow jersey, so he had to get something. Right?
Exactly. So I think if maybe one less flat tire and I would have done that, would have won the overall. But I'm still so grateful and so happy with how today went, and. I'm absolutely hammered during this conversation right now. So,
last question.
Yeah.
Did you notice how the kids waiting for autographs are way younger than the kids waiting for autographs at the other pits?
Yeah, I think I've got definitely a different crowd to my liking. These little groms are all super stoked on me here.
To have Steve Smith and have you and Finn, it's really good for Canada and good for mountain biking in general.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Like, I'm so happy that I was able to keep Mont-Sainte-Anne in Canada's pocket, like for winning wise.
And next time, don't pick up a Chinese chainsaw, dude. Pick up a.
Was it a Chinese? Dude,
yeah.
I don't even know what happened.
It was like a bunning.
That whole podium session was a blur, but that one was for Stevie, and long live chainsaw, baby.
Perfect way to end. See you, Jackson. Get back on it.
As well as possibly putting down the performance of the year, Goldstone finished in second place in the overall, an incredible debut season for the Canadian. Next up with Sven is the 2023 Elite Men overall winner, Loic Bruni.
That was good? Man, what a great year. Ups and downs, highs and lows. But I was like, you didn't win the rainbow jerseys, so you're going to go hard for the overall.
Nah, for sure. The rainbow this year was missed a little bit. Like, I was close, but didn't make it happen. So the overall was a big goal. After Andorra, I was a little bit down, and then we still had a lot of races to go. Didn't know if it was possible. Last week was a big tumble. Like, I was struggling to come back, and held it all together today. So barely, but it was enough. So super happy.
With a couple of riders being so close, I'm going to say it was harder to be in your shoes than to be in like Finn and Jackson's shoes, because they knew they could risk all. And it doesn't matter if they crash, but you couldn't risk all.
I think so. Like, I had everything to lose. I was leading since Loudonville.
Yeah.
Léger was hard. Snowshoe was good until it was really hard with the crash. So I was like in a difficult position. And then today I had to defend it more than anything else.
So when you're defending, are you getting reports that there's a really sketchy exit on the rock garden? Like, do you chill in your runs anywhere, somewhere, or like how do you do a run like that?
I didn't know how to approach my run. I was a little bit struggling with the mindset at the start, but I kept it chill. I didn't really push much. I made some mistakes, but I just wanted to stay on the bike. And the rocks was not so good. Like, the run itself was just like a bit tight itself, but I rode well. Like, it was not disgusting, but compared to what Jackson did, it was far from the level. So but I was not riding for the race win today, so it's okay. I was going to
say, if you rode at Jackson's level, you might have thrown the win away.
Exactly, and the track was so hard, like with the rain, not much practice on the wet, everything was really...
Zero practice on the wet.
Pretty much zero
Unless
practice.
You count semi as a practice run.
Nah, it was tricky and I just tried to adapt as good as I can. Wet is not my favorite, so I was...
You keep saying that, but yet you've been doing well in the wet too.
Yeah, third today is quite good, to be honest, and well, it doesn't matter at the end. I feel like the whole goal was to win the overall, and with Laurie, Finn, and Jackson chasing like the chaser, it was like super tough because it's not one guy to manage. There's like 3.
Did you know when Loris crashed? Did you know? Because if Loris won, you would have had to go a little bit harder, and if Jackson won, not as hard. You know, like was it people telling you information? That's the question.
Yeah, I had the infos at the top, which was.
You did. Because are you the guy that wants the
I
info?
don't like the infos.
But today you needed the info, huh?
I don't like usually having infos at the top. Today I had them. Didn't know
I
what
would
to do with
you
them.
You needed the info today.
Didn't know what to do with the infos because Loris was still there. You know, it was not so bad. Like Finn crashed, but Loris didn't.
Yeah.
Loris was still like 5th or something when I started, I was like.
So you like in the start, I was thinking, all right, I don't need a top 2 run. I need a top 5 run.
Yeah, and I just didn't know how to ride. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Then I just tried to keep it on 2 wheels. I pushed in some sections, really tight in others, and the crowd was amazing.
Yeah.
I just tried to enjoy as much as I could, but I was not really riding. It wasn't fun. It was like a lot of on the line, and I just struggled to hold it together.
Nguyen showed us that you can ride a good race in the rain here, so that would have also been in your head, like knowing you can push hard?
No, for sure this track can be fast in the wet. I've seen it in the past.
Yeah.
But with the other guys being also really good on the wet, like it doesn't matter really. Like it didn't mean anything. It was just like up to me to not fuck it up, and it was just like so easy to do to just make a mistake.
Because then the exit of that rock garden was sketchy in the semi, and you got stuck in that little crack, and that like you rode in that crack on the exit.
No, I didn't ride the rock garden good at all. Like I was so tired physically also. Like the track, the semis, everything was super difficult. And Jackson was fucking unreal. Like to be honest, like his level and his freshness, the
margin was big for today's downhill, but also. He had to win, and then he had to let wherever you finished fall in fates, basically.
Yeah, it was a good race. I'm really happy that he.
Good for Canada. It's the story. We
have
the story. We
have the crowd from last year's Finn winning last year. The crowd was amazing. Jackson winning again this year. I feel like the crowd will be amazing next year. So for racing, for the sport, it's amazing, and I feel like I've done my job now. It was not the best riding ever, but. At least I can go off-season, recover, and enjoy this win, even though it was not the best, but it still feels good.
And a quick nod of the hat to Vij and Ethan on the podium there first.
It was insane. Amazing. Yeah, Vergier being on the podium, I was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah. Well, you come across the line and you obviously like start looking like who's on the hot seat, right?
No, like I knew he was good here. He was super good in the semifinals, but I did not expect him at all. So big hats off. He's a really good rider. Not so lucky with everything. So I hope he finds his way for the racing because I think he loves racing. But
awesome.
Definitely cool for him.
All right, man. Enjoy the off season. And hey, nice to end the year like this for Canada and for you.
For sure.
Awesome.
Couldn't be better. Thank you.
And one thing, it used to be like Finn was like the super scrub guy, and you were the race guy, and you're keeping it real all week long.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you feel a little bit more the groove, more the things. Doesn't matter, but. I'm not too bad. I'm not too shabby.
Yeah, you got enough youth in you. It's not Jackson. He's not the only young guy.
Nah, I've got it. I'll keep you on your toes.
Okay, nice one, man.
See you, brother.
Super Bruni played the long game all season long, and his third place finish in Mont-Sainte-Anne was just enough to secure his third overall title. Nina Hoffmann entered the finish area with quite the entrance, blowing out her front tyre due to a slight case on the final jump of the track. A second place for Nina, who also ended the season second in the overall.
Thank you.
Nina.
Hello.
How was today? How was the year?
Crazy. Today sums up the whole season, ups and downs and crazy shit. And this race run was just insane.
And you
like, not in a positive way.
Literally, it hadn't rained all week until you got in the start house.
Yeah, actually, like, I wished if it would rain straight in the morning, so you get at least a wet practice.
A practice run in.
No, of course, it's not raining during practice in the morning, and then we are warming up for the semifinals, and it starts pissing down.
What do you do in that situation? What goes through your head?
I mean, semifinals didn't mean any points today, so I was like, just.
Whoa, Jackson's arrived.
Jackson is coming. Oh.
Have you seen? Look at hang on, look at the kids. There's so many people waiting, but they're literally all shorter than Jackson, and they're all under 10.
This is so cute. Oh, I love it. They're so cute. Where did we stop? Oh yeah, like approaching the run. I mean, semifinals didn't mean any points, so I was like, okay, take it as another practice run. I was thinking of the sections which are like open, like they're gonna be greasy, and then in the woods you didn't know how greasy the woods is gonna be. So that was a bit like I had a little lay down in my semis actually, like one of the turns in the woods just washed the front, but like just quickly. And then was surprised how good the grip and the rocks were, so I just went full gas into them in my race run, and that's where it went wrong. But yeah, I felt like in the race run the rocks were more slippy because you're carrying the mud onto the rocks and it's not raining anymore, so that was a bit more sketchy.
Happy, healthy.
Exactly, happy, healthy,
and a good place in terms of starting the year. Like this would have been your goal to be top 3, or what was your goal?
Yeah, my goal was a top 3. Overall, it was at least 1 win, and I wanted to do better at World Champs, but that's how it is. But at least achieved 2 golds, and
Yeah, World Champs. We still actually.
Remind
me to have a talk with you about World Champs.
Okay.
And being part of the Syndicate now for quite some time.
I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked for Jackson, how the whole day went. I mean, oh my God, he drove me crazy when I watched this run. And taking
team overall. Because you know what he's doing when you've just had the run on the track and then you see what he's like, it's even more real for you.
And then like you know how hard it is to put down such a run, and then he had an insane run already in semifinals, and you have to go up and do it again. And like I could tell in the pits he was really nervous today, just being like very quiet and taking his time, which is usually not that not that much. So I let him just by himself, and it's just like I'm proud that he put it together and brought it down.
Well, it's a team, it's all of you guys.
Team overall, stoked.
That's awesome.
It was a very big day for the Santa Cruz Syndicate, who walked away with the team overall title, having had brilliant performances from all their athletes throughout 2023. Last year's Mont-Sainte-Anne winner, Iles, couldn't seem to quite find the magic formula this time round. However, a solid season of good results meant that he ended the season in 4th place in the overall title battle. Over to Sven with Finn.
Finn, bittersweet. You did what you had to do and you attacked hard, and it was, I can say it was paying off. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm going to say in your semi, I was there, and you kind of had a similar slide. Your back wheel slid out on the exit of the rock garden, and then this was just even slipperier, this race run.
Yeah, I just tried to get over the front, and then the back wheel slid. Or no, it was kind of the opposite. I was trying to stay over the back, and the front went, and then I tried to save it, the back went, and then I was like, I am going down really hard, and then I just kind of slapped the worst place to crash on the course. I have nightmares about it, and like I went down there. So
I mean, you would have heard them there because there would have been a thick crowd there, but you had the crowd from the top of the track, and every time the splits were there, like it was, I got goose flesh. I'm not even Canadian, just to see the patriotism.
Yeah,
it's a pretty special feeling.
I really tried my best. Like after last year, I knew that I could do something special, and like I wasn't gonna take anything else today. I was like, I'm winning or I'm crashing, and like that's kind of the answer.
Win or lose, yeah.
It is win or lose, because if I was gonna win the overall or even move up, I had to get a win because I knew how fast Jackson and Loic were riding. I mean, Loris too, so I was like, I need to push, and then it worked at the top. Like I was riding really good. I felt super within myself. I was like comfortable carrying speed, and just that rock garden was way slipperier than I was expecting, because it seemed like in semis it was slippery, and then in finals,
you know what, there wasn't mud on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I needed to take a different line and sort of hop that instead of hit the ledge, and I hit the ledge and then slid out.
You know what's pretty cool? I've spoken to a lot of people, and not one, men and women, have complained about the weather or the conditions. It was like, you guys are pretty, I mean, you practice all week in the dry. Everyone maybe would have liked the dry race because you know what you expect, but not one of you even complains, like, oh, I wish it wasn't like sketchy and slippery, and you crashed because of the conditions, and you've not even complained about that.
Nah, I mean, you don't need to, because that's just what it is. I mean, like in Loudonvier, they canceled the junior race because of the rain, and like that was like, it is what it is. That's gone past. But like we're all talented enough. That sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but it's like across the field.
Yeah, but we're mountain bikers.
We all ride in the rain. We all ride in the dry. And the conditions that we got are the conditions that we got. We knew it was going to rain all week, and they were like, we expected what happened, and that's just how it was. And like it sucks that it did rain, but like you know, in the moment you have to deal with it, and like
It was kind of
everybody had a fair race. That for me,
it was raining, but it was a fair.
I will
even
complain
conditions.
about the rain every single time it's an unfair race, but
Yeah.
as soon as it's a fair race,
Yeah.
who cares? You ride in the wet and you make it happen.
Exactly. What's the off season look like for you?
I'm gonna take a month off here, and then back to the grind. Today was tough for me. Like, as much as it's amazing for my teammate to win the overall and Jackson to win the race, it's like crazy. But it's also
It's
for
also
me.
like that's hard.
It's a
because
punch.
Jackson
It's like
and Loic.
it's a double slap in the face a little bit, because it's like I care about those guys and I want them to
You
do
want to
well.
be Loic and you want to be Jackson.
Yeah,
the
for
end of
sure.
the day.
But it's also like in the moment, it's like we're in Canada. I want to be that guy.
You want to, yeah.
And then I
Well,
also
I-
want to be the guy on the team. And it's like today I kind of failed. So
I wouldn't call it a fail.
No, I mean, I
you
gave it my
tried hard,
shit,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it just didn't work out. So it's tough, but we'll work on the bike. We'll work on myself. I'll try and come back better
I mean,
next
and,
year.
And you
And,
had it in the middle of the season. You fucking.
I
like
DQ'd
broke
a
your
race.
thumb or DQ,
yeah, I broke something, and I might have broken something today, but the beer's making me feel good, so whatever. I think that come back better next year, and we'll give it another shot. I need to avoid the DQs and the 0-point races, because that killed me.
That would have.
It absolutely killed me.
You might have been just defending instead of attacking.
It might have been a completely different story. So it's frustrating, but here we are, and that's the way the season goes. And next year we'll come back and try and make the most of it, because I'm only 24 and
Hey,
I got a long career ahead of me. So
When you DQ'd, like, because if you had pushed around the pole, how many
it's 30
points?
points. Like, I wouldn't have moved anything.
Okay, so it wouldn't have changed the overall.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man.
All right, mate. Good watching you from the sidelines anyway.
As Finn says, he's only 24. He's got so much racing ahead of him. But either way, fourth in the overall is nothing to brush over. From one fast youngster to another, Sven now chats with Laurie Greenland, who has struggled with illness throughout the latter half of the season. This has meant that he will no longer be protected rider for the 2024 season finals.
Laurie, bittersweet end to the year. Team of the day, Jackson winning. But your recent ups and downs with different illnesses, no longer protected for the final. But you've had a great year on paper, just not a great overall.
Yeah, it's quite a tough one, really, because I've been going through peaks and troughs of energy, and every time I've had energy, it's felt genuinely easy. Like, I've been able to ride like myself, and the results come easy, and every time I have no energy, ironically, it seems to be when I actually get a podium, so it's strange.
And you've had like a couple of podiums where you could have been in contention for the wins.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. The past 5 podiums I've had have been within a second of the win, and
that's on low energy.
For every one of those, I've been feeling really quite tragic.
Really?
So it's a tough one, but I've finally got on top of what exactly is causing the low fatigue, and yeah, it's a hard one, because you've got to be a relentless optimist as an athlete.
Yeah.
So you always put it to the back burner. You say, no, I'm fine, but under it all, you are actually struggling with something, and I didn't know what it was. So now I've actually got some reasoning behind why I've been so fatigued and low on energy, and it feels good to know what it is, but I think it's going to be quite a lot of it's going to be a little bit of a journey to get back to being at full pace, I guess. So it's good and it's bad. I'm proud of myself for pushing through. I still got podiums this year, but each time I've been stood on the podium, I've not felt like I was myself, you know. So
is it safe to say though, you got a long off season to take care of yourself and start the year literally how you want to? Then it'll almost be easier next year for you, like very easy.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I mean, every time I had like a 2-hour window last week in snowshoe where I was like, cool, I got some energy.
Is that when you got your second?
I cruised down the hill when I got second, and it felt easy, you know. Even the like physical section, I won that split. I felt good, but the very next day, I exhausted my energy doing that, and I had nothing left. So it's a little bit of a journey, a little bit of a road to get back to that. But I feel like when I do get back to that, it's back on. But in another light, my teammate Jackson laid down a run today that I would consider equal to Sam Hill, Aaron Nguyen domination days, and
This because that was it for today's time. That was a hell of a margin, and pretty equal conditions, I would say, throughout for the elite field. That's a lot of time in today's stats.
yeah. Nah, hands down, I'm mega proud of Jacko today. That, like I said, equal to Sam Hill, Aaron Nguyen margins. We've not seen anyone win a World Cup by that much this year, and it's been a new winner every year. He's the only guy to win 2 in 1 year in this year. So.
Almost a shame with taking the 2 wins that he didn't take the overall, but then Loic did what he needed to do as well.
Yeah, it's a long game. Yeah. No, I think he can be happy with second in his first year. If he got the win in his first year, I'd be pretty pissed off with him. But no, good job.
Nice one,
Sweet.
Illness is one thing that you can never predict, and I really do feel for Laurie, but looking forward to seeing him back up to full speed next season. An impressive third place in the overall for Boris Vergier. The Frenchman has been on 4 of the 8 podiums this year and should be heading into the off-season with a smile, as he has a very solid base to build on for next season.
Loris, last. Let's see your thumb, Loris. Lift.
Down.
So, Loris, you had a big crash last practice run. They had to tape you. They taped your hand to the bar.
I asked for it, yeah.
You asked for it.
Because I could only shift down, not up.
So, on this track, do you need to shift up much?
Not really.
There's always down, 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 down.
Yeah, you have to be smart.
You have to be smart.
No, actually, it was really good. I want to do it again. I need to find a solution.
No, you can't do it.
No.
You
I mean,
wanna do it
having
again.
your grip and your glove to stick together a bit more than usual would be insane.
Yeah, but what if you need to get off the bike?
Same as clips. We're riding clips.
Yeah.
So have like something like that would be nice. Because like you can relax because your hand is not gonna fall off.
Yeah.
So
you can take your break. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're not tense. Like your forearms are left alone.
Loris, I'm gonna say you sound crazy now.
I sound crazy, but I swear you should try it in not Fort William, but in MSA.
Yeah.
Because it's 4 minutes long and it's so rough. So it helps.
You did what you had to do, and you had to go hard, and at the end of the day, job done, and you kept top 3 anyway.
Yeah, job not really done. But it's what
you had to push hard, is what I mean.
Yeah. I did like 3 or 4 like dab, trying to race hard, and obviously was far from the win, so I can't really regret anything. I just want to have a good winter and try to be better for next year, because the level is really high, and I've been on that top 3 thing for a couple of years now, and obviously the goal is to win it at one point.
What will be the difference? What kept you off the top spot this year, would you say? What was the defining moment in the season for you?
Ludoville, obviously, I got smoked, and here got smoked again. So, and that final, like trying to push really hard in final, is not there for me this year. Like I didn't have it last year. I was like either crashing or winning, kind of.
Do you think it's like the semi? Like, are you a fan of the semi, or you're not a fan of the semi?
I'm a fan because I'm bringing points, because I'm consistent.
Okay.
But mentally, I'm just tired. Like
Too much at the
I
end.
can't bring the heat again, really hard. So we could see like some people just took semis quite easy and sent it in final. And with the overall, like you can't really do that. Like you have to be consistent all the time, and that's tough on your body and your mentally. So I don't know what's the plan next year for semis or not, and hopefully we can train to be better.
Yeah. What does your off season look like? Like, do you go on holiday, go to some sun, or do a beach and cocktails? What is the ideal off season?
We've done 2 years in a row with Loic and some friends, like chill holidays.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do it again this year.
Some sun and islands and
We went to Mexico last year. It was pretty crazy.
umbrellas in the drink. Then you're not on a good holiday. All right.
But hopefully this year, like we do a couple days and then start riding, not riding downhill, but like moto training again because off season will be short.
Yeah.
And May is coming really quick.
Would you do? They got like the snow race next year. Would you do a snow race downhill?
For fun, yeah, for
fun,
sure. Yeah. Not trying to be competitive, but
Yeah.
to have fun for sure. It's definitely skid sheets, like
Yeah.
on the fun part.
You've
Like
seen
riding
this, you've
snow.
seen Giathlon on the snow, right?
Yep,
The
I
over-
didn't
the
like
overclear,
that.
yeah,
I didn't
no.
like that jump.
Yeah.
Too flat. I didn't like that. But yeah, mega avalanche is always nice. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can have the same vibe.
All right, dude. Hey, have a good off season.
Thank you.
Despite having his hand taped to the bars due to Hughie in practice, Loris finished 10th. That really is impressive. Jordan Nguyen is the marketing manager for Santa Cruz Bikes and the Syndicate, and talks with Sven now about the possibility of a new Syndicate rider and the all-new V10 coming to the market.
Well, Jordan, sometimes the interviews are for winners, sometimes they're for interesting people. You are both.
Oh, God.
So Syndicate, I mean, you guys are a big crew, a proper full pro team like all the big teams here. What's the best part about this job? You guys have got the overall. That's got to be the cherry on top, right?
Yeah, I'd say the best part of the job is working with amazing people each and every day that really genuinely give a shit about what we're doing. And while it's, it comes down to a race result for an individual athlete, it's genuinely a team effort for everyone. So when we see what happens today and at the end of a year, end of a season, we know that it's a team effort. So that's probably the best part.
You'd say you guys have got the perfect package pretty much with the Syndicate right now.
There's always room for improvement, but I'd say that overall we've got probably the best team, best group of people, best group of individuals that kind of come together, and kind of puts all the pieces together, and we're able to connect the dots and have a season like this. It's beautiful.
I'd say you've got room for a junior guy or junior girl. Greg's getting on and Jackson's no longer junior, so there's the right rider pops your eye. Would you put another junior on the team?
Yeah, we'd love to grow, and actually we'd look at another junior for sure. We just need to sell some more bikes.
Doesn't everybody? Have I seen a production version V10 floating about? Is that bike soon ready for the masses?
Yep, the V10 now version 8 will be ready for the masses pretty shortly here, so just watch the internet. Probably sooner than you'd think.
What do they say? Race on they race on Sunday, they buy on Monday.
Race on Sunday, ship on Monday. I believe that's our motto in house.
Okay. Even though we race on Saturday, we give you an extra day.
Yeah.
Anyway, enjoy the. When do you see the crew again? When do you guys have a get together?
TBD at the moment, but we're planning some early season test camps and training, probably January, February. So I'll probably go home for a bit and everyone gets to reset for a couple months. Spend time with your loved ones that you don't get to see while you're on the road chasing the podium. But January, February is my guess.
And I'll keep checking my email for that ski season in Japan.
March.
Okay.
Sounds as though Jordan has got a good off-season planned. Now talking to Sven is TJ Smith. Some friendly wagers have been taking place between some of the media squids over the last couple of weeks.
All right, TJ, you're going to have to do a screen grab so we can put a photo to this audio. So tell us what happened this week and today. What did you do and why? What's going on? Give us the rundown.
Well, last week in Snowshoe, just before the men's race, Boris bet me that Bernard would win, and I said nah, but I didn't want to go for someone obvious, so I said nah, Ocean will win.
Did you actually say that?
Yeah, I said it before the men's race.
Okay.
I said Ocean will win, and he goes $50. I said yeah, okay, and then Ocean won, and I was $50 up, and I was buzzing on it.
And fast forwarding to this weekend, how many bets did you get taken?
Oh.
You're pretty much the house, but you're a soda better. How many bets are there?
Well, yesterday it started again. Well, 2 days ago in practice, Boris said let's do it again. So I was like okay. And he goes, right, Finn will win. And I said, no, Jackson will win. And that was $100 in Canadian. It's about the same.
Boris bet that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boris said Finn.
Double loser, yeah?
And then yesterday, we knew a storm was coming in. Yet Boris said, I bet it won't rain tomorrow, $20. And I said, I said, no, it's going to rain. And it snowballed from there. And then this morning we got on track and I bet you something. And then I bet Eddie.
So read some of the bets there.
Well, Eddie then bet me, I said, which tyre is going to win the World Cup? And I said Maxis, and Eddie obviously said Conti.
Yeah. So you won that one?
I won that one. And then Jay, like the Dorval photographer, I said Veronica Whitman's going to beat Monica. I won that one.
And you called it for a podium as well?
Yeah. And then he said new winner of the season, and it obviously wasn't because he's won before, so I won that one. But there was loads, man.
Give us some of the bets, because there's some funny ones in there.
Yeah, I think the best, most actual good ones.
I took some weird ones with you. What are the bets I had?
Well, you were if Valley swore on live TV, which we've not found out yet, but I think that's my favourite because she has done a few times this year.
Yeah.
And then you said Valley win over 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And she obviously did. It was 13 in the end.
Yeah. How much?
13 seconds, wasn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jack Clark, we said that two over 70 plates would be in the top 15. And it was just Gaetan, so I won that one.
And he was on the fucking podium.
No way. And then and then he said Bruni and Vergier not on the podium, which Bruni obviously was, so I won that one. But then I lost a few, like Nush. I said sorry Nina, but I said that Nina would not be in the top 3, and she obviously was, so I lost that one. And then I actually do owe you either $10 or $30 now, but Boris owes me $230.
So what do you reckon? All these bets, where are you at?
Oh, I'm up $290.
And most of it's Boris.
Yeah, most of it's Boris. Yeah.
Oh, he bets with his heart, not with his head.
Yeah, he sees me after and he shook my hand and hugged me because I think he was just stoked that Jackson won. And then he grabbed me. He's like, "Fuck, you won all of them." I'm like, "I did, yeah." So yeah,
that's brilliant. Well, we'll get a screen grab of these bets later for this audio.
TJ appears to have some sort of gift when it comes to making predictions. Poor Boris, however, seems to be having a tough time of it.
Well, hang on, Boris. End of season, catch up. You're still here. You're in the hole.
Yeah,
I just said to TJ, I think Boris bets with his heart, not his head.
no,
yeah,
he doesn't shout.
No, he doesn't want it to rain, so he says, "I'm going to bet it's not going to rain."
Yeah, but I don't care if
Boris is making too much money if you don't care. These shitty
no,
bets.
but if I would start really gambling, I would get addicted and I would spend all my money, live on the street. So I call bets for everything. I don't care. I mean, but I owe him 225.
Yeah, about that now. Yeah.
Eugen, Bernard.
Yeah.
Rain.
And then Finn Jackson and then
Jacob
Dixon, Jacob Jewett.
Yeah.
Didn't I do a Mondraker bet as well? I said Jacob. I said
I don't have it written down if there was one, but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
he did.
How many bets do you have?
Oh, fucking loads, bro. We did
He's
so many
making
today.
all the money out of it. So
he's
it's
the
like
house.
extra.
The house always wins, dude. The
I
house
owe him
always
either
wins.
$10 or $30.
Yeah, I'm
because
up.
we need to find out if Valley swore on live TV.
That was one of our bet. I was like, valuable swear on live TV.
That's why we are asking in the group.
But I've got like $30
No, but I
off
think
Jack
it makes
Tennyson.
it makes it more interesting. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's fucking sick.
Yeah, I think it's work. I would keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm keen to go next year.
For sure.
I'm
you're
gonna
keen.
take a few photos of Jackson with it. Look how little the kids are with Jackson. They're tiny. They're all like little kids.
Massive spectator turnout, a brutal and brilliant track, epic racing, and fairy tale results. Mont-Sainte-Anne had it all. A huge congratulations to Loic Bruni, Valley Hole, Ryan Pinkerton, and Valentino Rose Sanchez on winning the overall title. It's been an extremely competitive season across the board, and to come out on top is an incredible achievement. As sad as it is that the race season has come to a close for 2023, it is now time to look back and just take a minute to appreciate how good this year has been. A big thank you as always to Sven Martin, who gives us all a window into the happenings at these amazing events. Check out his photographer page over on misspentsummers.com if you like what he does. We need to thank all of you for tuning in to all our Enduro and Downhill World Cup coverage this year. We've thoroughly enjoyed putting it all together and can't wait to do it all again for 2024. Thank you Sven Martin, Boris Beyer and Seb Scheich for being trackside all season long, capturing the incredible images for our website, newsletters and our 2023 Hurly, Burly and the World Stage yearbook, which are now available to pre-order over on our store. Be sure to check out the scrap section of our website, which is where we upload our zines, notes, and all manner of other MTB related content. And lastly, don't forget that if you like what we do at Misspent Summers, you can help support us by spreading the word, buying anything from our store, or simply hitting the donate button at the footer of our website. We hope you've enjoyed our Mont-Sainte-Anne recap. Please do let us know if you're enjoying these audio zines, as we would love to hear your feedback. And keep an eye on our YouTube and Spotify for more views-related content, as we will be bringing you more stuff and things throughout the off-season. But for now, it's time to say ciao 2023.